Hello and welcome back once again to Goonies World. I am Meanie, also known as Ryan, and I'm joined by Lunicorn, also known as Lynn.
Hello, hello.
And Johnny Farrow, also known as Sean.
Hey, hey, hey.
As well as the one and only Goonie.
Well, hello.
There's only one. There's only one, and thank God.
There's only one on this podcast, anyway.
In this universe.
Yes.
The world can't handle more than one.
It would be very, very difficult. So we are going back to perhaps Oklahoma or Idaho or Utah or wherever the hell we are. Definitely not Texas, as far as we know, but we got there from Texas, and you had met up with this slightly bedraggled and crazy-eyed man named Porter Rockwell, who helped you fight off a nasty carnivore. And I actually don't know exactly what you were planning to do immediately following all that nonsense.
Well, I know we got 2 out of 3 guns. Is that correct, Jim?
Yeah, well, we found the other gun, one of the second gun, I should say, in the cave, but we didn't have no beast of burden to pull it, and I think that's what we were going to do. Is we had decided we was going to go find some of them dinosaurs that the Mexicans had found that were trying to mount, and we was going to get maybe a couple of them to help pull the other cannons, and then we was going to go back and get the second one. We surmised that the third cannon was probably on the other mesa that we haven't been to.
The third mesa. Yeah, that's right. That's what we was going to do. But yeah, you're right. Having these wagons is moot if we ain't got nothing to pull them wagons with. Maybe we take a cue from the Mexicans and use them their dinosaurs. Sounds like a good plan to me.
As long as y'all can accept that we got to kill them afterwards, because can't have no dinosaurs running amok in this timeline. So we can use them to pull them over there, but we're going to have to execute them. I know that sounds terrible mean, but that's just the way it is. No dinosaurs in that timeline.
We'll have to take them out back behind the barn or the shed or whatever, and tell them to look at the pretty flowers, and then put a bullet in their brains.
Yes, we will.
And them boys, after we whoop Santy Anny and win our immortal victory at the Alamo that people's going to remember forever, them boys are going to be hungry, so I'll make them some nice, dinosaur stew, dinosaur steaks, whatever we got to do. I'm not too worried about killing them and eating them, but one thing at a time. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. Can't whoop Santy Anny without some guns, so I say we best be on our way.
Let's get her done.
That's right.
Like that.
And what about Porter Rockwell?
Oh yeah, Porter.
You coming along there, fella, or you going to stay here?
I believe he had agreed to accompany you if you could get him the hell out of there, and then even fight with you at the battle.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's good. We're going to need him.
Well, now
don't worry. We ain't going to push you in first into every cave and whatnot. We know you just in NPC territory there, pal. But yeah, we're going to need every able-bodied man, woman, and child at the Alamo.
But see, now is that going to mess up the timeline or whatever? Because I don't know.
Just my instructions were just don't let a single dinosaur escape into that timeline. I didn't get any other specific instructions, so I'm paying old Joe, just does what he's told. As long as there's no dinosaurs left over, then everything's else A-okay.
Yeah, I reckon one more Mormon or less ain't going to do too much to the history of the United States.
Nah.
Yeah, there's some dinosaurs might, but we won't let that happen. Don't worry.
All right.
All right, let's get going.
Yep.
All right, so you begin the trek to the grazing fields, I assume, then, where you saw two large herds of herbivores, one on sort of either side of this stream. I'm curious, do you have now the Mexicans who had they had gotten some of these three-horned, almost triceratops looking dinosaurs, and they had wrangled those based on what you had seen them doing, and then of course the later vision that you saw in the little shrine there. And you could go with those, or then there's these kind of lanky, sort of feathered dinosaurs with these spindly forelimbs with like long claws on them that were either one could be a viable target.
Well, I say long claws to me sounds like a predator.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe these others seem more like a beast of burden. That don't matter much to me because I can wrestle them. I'll wrestle a predator or I'll wrestle an herbivore just like I wrestle bars. But which one of them seems? I think them three horned fellows look like they might have a little more oomph, be a little more their body type. Seem a little better for being a beast of burden. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, I would agree. I think those are more suitable for pulling cannons.
Yeah, we just also like jump up on their back and steer them there. You grab a horn in each hand and,
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time I had a bone in my hand.
Same here.
Yeah. Now, I never had two bones in my hand. Never been that,
I had some wild nights, Now, if we find one with three horns, well, that'd be new.
There you go. That'd be new. That'd be something. Suddenly I miss my good buddy Georgie Russell. God bless him. All right. Yeah, let's head off and find them three-horned fellas.
All right, well, you head back to where you had seen them before and where you had encountered, not encountered, but you had seen from a distance the Mexican soldiers. And you do find a reasonably, at least a couple dozen of these dinosaurs just kind of grazing around and just lazily wandering this field. And you approach them. And if you don't make any sudden moves or loud noises or anything like that, I mean, they really seem pretty docile.
They don't recognize us as predators because we don't look nothing like dinosaurs to them,
Yeah.
And they don't spook or run or anything, and you can kind of you find yourselves basically hanging out in this sort of field of grazing and lounging and resting and sunbathing dinosaurs. I'm kind of curious though how you intend to. I mean, there are at least a couple dozen of them here. Surely you probably don't need all of them. But what's your how do you plan to rustle them?
Well, I got an idea on that if no one else has one. Now, what's all these boys like? They like to eat the grass, right? So I'm gonna get myself a nice big handful of grass. I'm gonna walk up real gentle, not trying to scare it out of its peripheral vision or nothing. I'm gonna hold out that grass like an offer. I'm gonna say, "Took it, took 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 it," and I'm gonna hold up that grass for him to take a nice bite. Caw, caw, took it, took it, took it. That's old Dave bringing you the grass. There's a good boy, good girl. whatever you is. And I'm going to try to just make friends by offering a little grass. If I can get that old big son bitch to eat right out of my hand, then maybe we'll have some luck.
Well, given there's not really a sort of animal handling type thing going on, I'm going to say make a charisma save.
That's good, because old Davey Crocket, there's one thing he's got, that's a good charisma. So here we go. I need 12 or higher here on my save. I got a +2 from my 15 charisma bonus. I'm a very persuasive fella too, although it ain't exactly the same thing. Well, it wasn't perfect, but I got 16, which is better than a 12. Here you go. Tookie. There's a good little tookie. Good little tookie.
Well, that seems to be reasonably effective. The creature seems a little bit hesitant at first, but then sees what's going on here and begins kind of munching out of your hand. And let me just make a roll here. Let's kind of see what happens. Oh, okay. And seeing this, there's a couple others nearby, and they look sort of interested and begin kind of approaching as well, cautiously, but so you've got this one here literally eating out of your hand, and a couple more kind of approaching.
Go on there, fellas. Grab a handful of grass.
All right, seemed to work fine. And then I say once we get them eaten out of our hands, because we got to get them to the canons. We're going to have to hop on the backs of these things, but
that's right.
We'll get them.
Just ride them like a...
Yeah, we've got to get them nice and, friendly first. So, yeah, I'm going to pull up some grass and offer some of the ones that are coming up a handful.
Plain old Joe will do the same.
And actually, Porter Rockwell will also kind of do the same thing. He's just kind of following along, kind of doing what you guys do. And yeah, you... I would say, I'm going to say everybody go ahead and make everybody except Sean. Who Davey, yes. Go ahead and make a charisma save, and you don't even have to. Well, I'm not going to say that, but
all right.
I'll give you advantage. How about that? We'll do it that way.
Well, I rolled a 17.
Oh,
Nice.
Very nice.
Second one, I just got right on the money.
So the advantage came in handy, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Very good.
The first time I rolled 6. Not good.
Well, so all 4 of you at this point have managed to sort of coax these creatures into eating out of your hands. And it occurs to you, you probably don't even, you may not even need... I mean, these things are big. You may not even need... You would probably need a couple horses per cannon, but you could probably get away with just one of these guys. I mean, they're bigger than a horse, that's for damn sure. So, you seem to have convinced 4 of them, at least, to... eat out of your hands. Whether they will allow you to mount them and ride them, maybe. It's worth a shot, I guess. Or I don't know if you even want to ride them. I'm just making assumptions here because that's what the Mexicans did. But
yeah, we do want to mount them because we got to get them to the cannons, and so I am going to just try my luck and hop on to the back of the one that's eating out of my hand.
Okay. I would say go ahead and make another charisma save, just to be safe.
All right.
I don't think you should get advantage quite this time.
Well, that did not go great. I rolled a 1.
Oh. Well, it does not like that very much. It seems sort of confused as to what you're doing, as though you're like, it's like, hey, I thought you were my friend. What the hell is this? And he definitely backs away and slinks off and doesn't want you to.
Now, come on now. I thought we had a bond.
Yeah, you never was very good at making friends, Bowie.
Nah, not really.
I mean, I like you, but you know.
Yeah, I'm a real son of a bitch.
You're a real son of a bitch. You're a real son of a bitch. Here, this is how you do it, just like this now. Okay, took it. I'm going to scratch it behind it. I don't know if they even have ears. I'm going to scratch it behind the horn. There's a good girl. There's a good girl. There's a good triceratops or whatever the hell you is. All right, now. And I'm just going to climb up here. All right, just going to put my little weight on there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And hop up. I'll try to make my charisma. I got 17 this time. Or 15 plus 2, 17. Lucky me.
Well, that seems to have worked. And
Thank goodness.
It does. The creature seems a little bit confused, I would say, about what you're trying to do, but does not, immediately buck you off or slink away or try to get away. And you feel like you if you grab two a right horn and a left horn, you might be able to even kind of I hate to use the word steer, but direct it.
That's right.
Where you want to go.
That's right. I'm going to name you Bessie. Horny Bessie. That's going to be your name. All right, Horny Bessie. All right. Hey, Joe, why don't you see if you can get up there? Maybe if these others, if Jim sees us riding, and he won't be so scared about it if old Bowie tries to get up there.
Might calm the others down. Okay, well, Joe, I'm going to start, just like if it was a horse. And I'm just going to kind of lay my weight across it without actually getting on. Take my time. Get used to me leaning on it. And then try to climb on up there. I think I will name mine Bill.
All right.
Three-horn Bill. All right, Three-horn Bill. There's a good little dinosaur. Just calm down there. Oh, Bill, it's okay. All right, took it. And yes, I got a 17 also.
All right, well, Joe manages to mount the dinosaur. And, of course, at this point, Davey has been kind of learning the ropes of how to kind of navigate and ride this thing. And now Joe gets on there. And I would say, at this point, the other, the two that Bowie and Porter have been feeding. Maybe now they're seeing this is something that they're getting used to. They're seeing this happening here. I think they'll just allow you with a little bit. It will take you a few minutes of working at it and stuff, but without a roll.
Okay.
I think you can successfully mount these dinosaurs, and it'll take you a little bit of time. And I'd say you probably spend a good half an hour plus here in this field, kind of getting used to how to ride these things. I mean, obviously you're bareback; they're not saddled or anything, but you get a pretty good feel for it, and where you want to go, where you want to take them.
Well, should we? I think we maybe. I don't know if it's best to go and get that second cannon that we know where it's at first, and then go and find the third one, or go and look for that one first.
What time of day is it about?
Well, I'll look up in the sky, see if I can tell.
Oh gosh, I have not been keeping very good track. I know there was a long rest at some point.
We did sleep, I believe. Spent the night, so we should be full health and.
Yeah, I would say early afternoon by the time you get these guys.
Okay.
All right.
It was about 1:45. I could tell. I'm really good at it. Don't look right at the sun though.
Yeah,
I'd say, two cannons in the hand is better than one in the not hand. So
That there duck face though, he might be coming around.
I have a feeling we're gonna have to face that son of a bitch in the end somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right.
But let's go ahead and get the 2 guns we got. Figure out if we're gonna have any strapping or portage issues, right? And then we go up after that last mesa and get where we think there's gonna be another gun. Well, let's get the 2 guns we know about, because 2 guns against Anny is better than no guns.
That's right. That's good. Good point. Good thinking there.
Yeah,
And we did get
Very logical.
the first one. We already got a horse hooked up to that one,
well, you was right about that.
so they can just follow along. Maybe we can. Now, it is just one horse, so it might be struggle to pull that thing. But well, we ought to get to it first.
Yeah, we got some options.
So you going back to the first mesa then?
Yeah, I'll get that first cannon that we fixed up.
Well, that is also happens to be the closest one to your current location anyway, so convenient. So it does not take particularly long to get there. This is, of course, where you had run into the dinosaur winging rocks at you with his tail spikes. And I believe this is also the one with the broken wheel that you already fixed.
Yeah.
Didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, and we did find the horse, and we got it attached.
Yep, that's right. So you approach the area. There is no sign of the spike-tailed dinosaur at the moment. And, the horse is just kind of laying on the ground here, still attached to the carriage with the repaired wheel. I don't know if you want to have it pulled by a horse and a dino, or just let the horse go, or what you want to do exactly, but it's you can do whatever you want.
Well, I have a suggestion about that, just in kindness to the horse. We're going to need 4, because there's 4 of us. So why don't we hitch the dinos to the guns and have one that is just ridden by a rider and not pulling a gun? The horse should be.
Yeah, we
should
could
just have himself
ride
a rider.
The horse. And I think if a dino isn't being directed, it'll probably follow the others anyways. So we don't necessarily need a rider. Hopefully, it'll just go where its friends are going. And
yeah. Well, and if all these dinosaurs are pulling, the same amount of weight, they can probably move it closer to a uniform speed. So, let's go ahead and hook this wagon up to one of them dinosaurs and get on to that next mesa.
All right. And so you're unhooking the horse and somebody's going to ride it? Is that what you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't care if anyone rides the horse, but I don't.
Yeah, we should. Somebody should ride it, because we it'd be nice to have a horse once we get rid of the dinosaurs.
Well, it's up to Porter. I mean, if Porter is afraid to mount one of these dinosaurs.
Oh, he's on one, yeah.
Okay, well then, plain old Joe can ride the horse. Can ride the horse.
All right, and so with that, you trek. I assume you're bringing the cannon with you, which makes the journey a little bit slower, but not terrible. Across to the mesa where you had run into the cave in which the cannon was located. And it is still there when you arrive. But let's see. As far as you can tell, though, there's no evidence of anyone else in the area at the moment, and you can go ahead and hook this guy up to another one of the dinosaurs if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Very well. So we have two guns being two dino-drawn guns. Somebody is going to have to either walk or ride with Joe on the horse, or ride on the, wagon with the cannon. But yeah, you are free to take these two guns and go where you like.
Yeah. I can just. I'll just continue. Let's just say I hooked up my dinosaur to the cannon, and I'll just continue riding it.
Yeah, I'll keep riding Horny Bessie. And, we'll head off to that mysterious third mesa.
All right. So you head west and south towards this third mysterious mesa, which seems to be taller than the rest. And as you approach, you see several flying, winged, and as you get closer, purple dinosaurs sort of circling around the top.
Oh man, there's some flying purple people eaters up there.
That's right.
They have one eye and one horn.
Well, you can't really make out any details, but they look large and purple and flying around.
I didn't know they could fly. Gosh.
No.
Well, these ones can. And as you approach, you see just almost like at the scenes of all the other mesas, as you kind of got closer to them, it was just kind of carnage everywhere, and this one is really no different. Severed limbs and the occasional head, with these large bloated flies kind of swooping around, buzzing around and landing on things and flying around. I mean, you've got gore and bits and stuff, but there is a large leather trunk on the ground in this immediate area, and I mean, you don't see the gun. It's got to be here though, because you do see what has to be basically, tracks from the cart kind of heading up the mesa.
Well,
Well,
what's this trunk? Is this a Mexican trunk somebody left? Well, we might as well see what's in it. I'll go to open it if I can.
And you can, not locked or anything. And you find a very nice, sort of fancy dress uniform from the Mexican army, which could possibly be useful in some way. I don't know.
Go undercover.
I do speak
and
Spanish.
Additionally,
Yep.
two ornate Mexican flintlock pistols.
Okay.
yeah, go ahead and hold on to that. You never know when some subterfuge might be.
Yeah, I'll
needed.
take the flintlocks and the uniform just in case.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I say we follow those tracks.
Follow them tracks. That's right.
Yep.
And you don't need a master tracker like Davey Crocket to follow tracks like that. You just eyeball it.
Yes, they are pretty clear and fairly recent. And as you begin heading up the path, up the mesa, how many did I roll? Two of these circling, flying dinosaurs come dive bombing at you, but it's not a surprise or anything. Roll initiative.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can't scare one of them away here real quick. Let's roll that initiative. Oh, well. I got pretty bad initiative. You can put me all the way down at number 6. I was hoping to fire a gun and take one of those out, but it's going to have to wait.
I've also rolled a 6.
Oh my gosh. Well, they got an 8. What did Bowie
I
end up
got
with?
a 19.
It's up to you, Bowie.
All right. Well, it is up to you, Bowie. You're going to go first.
So with these, I don't know if these flintlock pistols are any different than the flintlock revolver that I have as far as damage.
What's the damage on yours?
It says 1d6 plus 1 for me.
These are +2,
Yeah.
so they're slightly better because they're fancy.
Yeah, and I just figure since I was already kind of grabbed them and they're in my hands, I'm just gonna shoot them like Yosemite Sam style at the oncoming. What are they? Pterodactyls or something?
Pterosaurs.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. And I don't know if there's like a special thing for two-handed or whatever.
Well, you'll have to shoot one this round and the other one the next
Oh,
round.
well, yeah, they are. Okay. Fuck. I'm going to look and see if I can spend a... Well... Oh, we did eat another round of maggots, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that gave us, like, we could turn that into a success or something.
Yeah, it gives you a +1, permanent +1 until you fail something, and then you can turn it into a success if you deem it
because
to be important.
I rolled out another 1, so
Yeah.
it is a good idea to turn that into a success.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then roll damage.
Okay.
I don't roll a freaking 1 again. We need 8 points of damage. Let's go. 6 plus 2.
Oh, I rolled a 6, so...
Yes!
8.
Huh. All right, well, one of these two things, I mean, you shoot it, and, I mean, it just falls out of the
Bullseye!
sky.
Got you!
Just... and that is going to mean that the other one is going to have to make a check here, but he succeeds, so he's going to attack... Mr. Crocket. Ooh, but he may have actually missed. He rolls an 11, which I'm pretty sure was not going to hit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not going to hit me, because no, he needs a 13 to hit me.
So this thing is right in your face, though, just kind of
I'm gonna take care of
flapping
that.
right in your grill.
Now, I don't see any way that, I'm going to get old Betsy, my flintlock rifle, right up here in his face like that. I just don't see that as possible. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to resort to my hunting knife. Now, I know that my knife ain't quite so fine as old Jim Bowie's Jimmy knife that he carries
It's
around.
not a knife.
I think that's a great name, with Jimmy knife. I think that's going to
Yeah.
stick with that knife. for the
Oh, I
future,
think
too.
so.
But all I got here is this regular old hunting knife. Now, it don't do a whole hell of a lot of damage, but it's better than trying to... well, shit, I dropped it.
Did you roll a 1 too?
Yeah, I did. I rolled a 1.
Christ.
A natural 1. I dropped my son bitch a knife. And
It don't have the proper grip on it like a Jimmy knife.
I needed that. I need that. I'll have to have you do some work on my knife when we get out of this. But yep, that's it for old Davey Crocket. I done dropped my knife. Now, if I have any movement, I am going to try to back up my beast just a little bit, so that maybe on my next turn I can have more room to maneuver my, my great big ass long rifle.
Rifle, yep. Sounds good, yeah, you do have movement, and you can do that. And Joe.
Plain old Joe is going to use my Baker rifle for the first time.
Did you fucking roll a 1 too?
Did not. Oh my God!
What the hell?
Sometimes the viewers can't, or our listeners just can't see like the looks of shock, and but yeah.
Oh my God!
The worst goddamn heroes in the history. All right.
Well, and I probably should have reminded Sean as well, but of course, if you were current on your maggot ingestion.
I am. I didn't even think about it. I should have let it go. I should have done that, but oh well.
Yeah, I think I probably better turn that failure into a success.
Yep.
Well, then roll damage.
$10 total.
Oh, okay. Well, and this one that was flapping in your grill there, Davey, also just falls with a kind of a high-pitched shriek to the ground, bleeding. And there are still several of them circling around, but they don't seem particularly interested in causing any problems.
Well,
Yeah, not now they don't.
Right.
They saw what happened.
I owe you one. I owe you one, plain old Joe, for getting that son of a bitch out of my grill. Let me climb down and get my knife here. All right.
I'm gonna climb down and eat a worm. Peel this here purple nut. Eat another worm.
Okay, yeah. So you're going to allow us to eat some more maggots?
Yeah, I'm not sure how many you have left, but as long as you do.
Yeah, I imagine we took a bunch of nuts.
I think we had 6 apiece. That's what I had written down, and so now I'm down to 4.
All right. Yeah, I will also ingest a maggot.
Delicious, as always.
Delicious maggots.
And after you finish re-upping on your maggot diet, I assume you're going to continue up the path towards the top of the mesa, and at the top of that path, you see a grove of these tall cactuses, but they're not like any cactuses you've really seen before. They're, like I said, they're tall and they're kind of striped with blue and yellow stripes, and they smell like really fucking bad.
That's some smelly ass cacti.
I ain't smelled nothing that bad since the last time I was outside of Andrew Jackson's outhouse.
You sure got a lot of stories about old Andy Jackson.
Well, he's a mean ass son of a bitch, but he does stories kind of follow in his wake. Like I did scouting for him all through the war there. So 1812 now. I know I'm dating myself.
Boy,
Davey ain't no spring chicken.
Yeah, well, me neither. But I'd like to meet him sometime. I bet he's got his own stories. I bet.
And you see, in the middle of this grove of strange, stinky cactuses, there is, in fact, a wagon with a gun on it, which still has 2 horses attached to it.
Well, now.
Well, okay. Well, we did all that work. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should... So if this...
I think it's best we leave these dinosaurs. I mean, that's just plain old Joe. I mean, I don't want to kill all these things. I just don't want them out, so maybe we just take the horses and we leave these dinos in their natural environment.
No, I think we might need the power of these dinos to bust out of here, though. So let's hold on to them.
We just need the whistle.
Yeah,
we got the whistle.
I don't know. We'll see. You know what? I'll tell you what. I just figure, why not get rid of these things closer to the edge? We don't want to make any big mistakes.
Yeah, we'll hold on to them for now.
Yeah, if you're going to throw away something, you can always throw it away right before we go, as opposed to right now, and then we get where we got to be and think, oh, hell, we never should have got rid of them dinosaurs.
That's true.
Plus,
all right.
I'm rather fond.
Plain old Joe approves.
I'm rather fond of old horny Bessie here. I've decided I'm not going to kill her.
Well, then you can't take her through the barrier.
Well, I don't. I never knew no temporal law that Davey Crocket had to obey.
Oh, well, you better watch out for that investigation unit.
Yeah.
Pretty mighty sticklers for their rules.
I just think, and I'm already got an attached old Bertha here. That's what I'm calling mine. And, yeah, it'll be sad to have to put a bullet between the eyes of old Bertha. And,
Yeah, I think it'd be sad too. That's why we just need to leave these sweet little beasts of burdens right here where they belong.
Never should have
You can
named
leave them at the edge, though.
Yeah,
Never
they
should've
tell
named
you-
it. That was a mistake.
I'm amenable
they
to
tell
that.
you not to name them, but it's so hard not to.
That's right. I know. Yeah. Well, we'll tell you what. I don't know that we need to have a long ass conversation about it. We'll let's go ahead and ride back towards where we can get through with the whistle. I mean, there wasn't nothing holding us back now, right? We got these 3 cannons.
Yeah, and we just need to. Well, I just curious on if them Mexicans are still trying to bang their way out. I don't know who had that vision, if we can find that spot or not. I mean, because if we blow the whistle, I don't want that to area to open up. If they're at the right spot, and then let them through. We ought to make sure that they ain't getting through. But we don't want to have a big old battle with them, because all we need to do is get ourselves out so we can get to the Alamo.
Yeah, we need to get back to
That's
old
right.
Bill Travis there at the Alamo and get this. Tell him we got some guns and we got us one hell of a tough ass Mormon here to help us in the fight. But now, old Joe, you're the expert on all this business here. Is there a special place you got to use this whistle, or you just go up to any old edge and use it?
I should remind you, because of course it's been several weeks in real time since we
yeah. I'm remembering.
Yeah.
But Joe has an eidetic memory, so Joe will remember.
Right. Joe will remember that the whistle summons a resident of the valley named Old Koot'naheen.
Oh, that's right.
Who can get you out. It doesn't
Kooter.
just magically make the barrier go away.
Okay. Yeah, let's summon old Kooter.
Yeah, well,
All
let's
right.
go ahead and blow that whistle.
All right.
All right, plain old Joe will blow the whistle.
Okay. And let me just double check. I believe you were still at the southernmost mesa.
Yeah.
Okay. So you blow the whistle. Nothing happens immediately.
Kooter, you there somewhere? Hey, Kooter.
Perhaps we should start making our way back to where we entered.
Yeah, maybe we have to go back. Well, if we can find it. I think I know where we came in on.
Yeah, it was up
We had to
there across from that first
cross
mesa.
some
I believe.
some streams and stuff. I don't know.
So you're kind of discussing all this. And you see running towards you from the direction of the mesa with the cave where you retrieved one of the cannons, a large, almost duck-faced carnivore who seems to have heard this whistle and been attracted to it, but he doesn't seem super happy about it, and in fact he roars very loudly as he's sprinting across this field in your direction. Now, of course, I'm imagining, and if I'm wrong, tell me, but I'm imagining you're at the top of this third mesa by the weird-looking cactuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ain't Kooter.
No, that ain't. But you know what? Let's take that son of a bitch out right now. I knew he was going to tangle with that duck face. That duck face, some bitch.
Yeah, we ain't supposed to taste good to it, but I guess it has to bite us to find out, you know.
That's right.
So,
and we'll see if he ever even gets here. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna get our old Betsy.
Hey, maybe that their duck face is Kooter, and he's going to help us out of here.
I don't think.
Well, no,
Plain
maybe.
old Joe's seen stranger shit. He traveled all the time.
Tell you what, you
There
go
are all
down
kinds
there
of
and
crazy stuff
go
that
down
happened,
there and
huh?
let him bite you.
Well,
Then we'll know for sure. Otherwise, I'm gonna shoot with old Betsy.
Well, I would say if anyone who has a loaded gun can take a shot at this thing.
I'm gonna do it right now
before it gets to you.
Yeah.
Oh shit! And I'm gonna use my worm automatic success on that one, and all my big old damage for old Betsy. Come on here now. Hey, that ain't half bad. With the +2, that's a 12. I rolled a 6 and a 4. +2 is 12. That ain't half bad at all. I imagine I'm gonna need big damage like that against this big duck face.
And anyone else shooting at it before we have to roll initiative?
Yeah. I rolled. I have a 15. I don't know if that hits.
That just hits.
All right. So, and I'm using my new Mexican pistols. And shit. Now I rolled a 1. So 3 though total.
All right, and Joe?
Okay, Joe probably wouldn't want to do it, but as a player, there's no way I'm not taking a free shot at that big, huge freaking dinosaur that's coming at us. So I'm gonna use my laser.
So you got
My
the
dinosaur laser rifle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got to remember we have spears as well.
Yeah.
+3. I barely hit that motherfucker. Yeah, okay. 12 so far. Plus another 8. 20.
Dang.
Total of 20.
Wow.
That's a big old gun. Too bad that's an anti-dinosaur gun, because I think y'all use that against Santy Anny.
Yeah. There ain't no rules against using that on Mexicans or, anyone who's against us.
Oh, hell, for all you know, the damn temporal authority don't know, caught into shooting no Mexicans with a dinosaur gun.
Well, they can take it up with me if they have a problem with it.
Well, I do have a limited number of ammo,
No,
so
that's true. No
yeah,
saver
we
for
got
dinosaurs.
to deal with the dinosaurs
Yeah.
first.
Of course, once we get
And
back
then-
to Texas, we can shoot anything we want with whatever we want, because it's Texas.
That's right.
And maybe if some of the Mexicans might be riding in dinosaurs, and we can take them both out at once. 2 for 1.
Well, this thing has sprinted up the mesa towards you,
Yeah.
and roll initiative.
Roll initiative. And just for the record, David Crocket got no problem with Mexicans. They're all good sorts. They're just led by a bad apple right now, that's all.
That's right.
All right.
Well, plain old Joe, it don't matter. Plain
Well,
old Joe, because it comes out different ways all the time, every time, and it goes on to inspire a nation. This battle, whether it's Mexico or the United States of America, they's going to be inspired.
I do have
As long as there ain't no dinosaurs left over, though.
I rolled a 20 for initiative, not natural, but not that I think a natural 20 would matter on initiative, but I do a 20. It's a good high roll.
And guess what I rolled?
1.
Yep. But
Ah,
it'll be a 2 for initiative.
And I rolled right in the middle with a 10, so that'll be 11 for plain old Joe.
All right. Well, Davey gets to go first because Davey rolled the highest.
yeah, no, unfortunately, Davy's gun takes a long time to reload. And so I'm going to well, we'll see how this works out. I'm gonna kick my heels into the side of my beast and go, yeah, and get that spear out, like a medieval knight. I'm gonna try to like joust down the hill on the back of this, 3-horned dinosaur, and to see what the hell happens. And I'll definitely try to hit him with my spear. And if horny Bessie wants to go ahead and poke some holes in him too, she can with her horns. But I'll leave that up to horny Bessie. So I'm gonna ride in, making a melee attack with the dinosaur spear. I got a 17. That ain't too bad. I needed a 15, right?
That is right.
I've been lucky on that. I only rolled one bad thing all night, and it was a 1. And then D12 for damage against dinosaurs. And I got an 8, which is better than nothing. We've already done some damage to him. So hopefully that'll do something.
Excuse me. And so Porter Rockwell pulls out his javelin and wings it at Duckface and does hit,
Good show, Porter.
dealing 6 points of his own. And let's see, Porter. Oh, unfortunately, it is Duckface's turn now, and Porter Rockwell is the closest to him. So Duckface is going to lean down, and this thing is taller than any of you. And he's going to attempt to bite a chunk out of your new friend, Mr. Rockwell.
And
I hope he ate one.
yeah, I was just going to say, I want to remind, because I just remembered that we did offer him, as we were camping out, we gave him.
So hopefully he won't taste good.
Well, whether or not he tastes good is not immediately apparent, but he does get bitten. Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. That's what you don't like to hear your dungeon master say.
It's true.
Oh, dear.
So there's 4, 14, 15.
We might have a dead Mormon friend now.
No, he is, there's a chunk taken out of his torso, and he's bleeding pretty badly, but he is still standing. On Joe's turn.
He's a badass, Porter.
All right. As I'm shooting my lair, I'm gonna try to talk to the dinosaur. Hey, you're not Kooter, are you? We blew this whistle for Kooter. We can stop shooting you if you stop biting us and lead the way out of here. And then I'm gonna shoot him. Oh, yes. Nice. I rolled a 16 plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I picked the wrong die. I rolled a D20 instead of a D12. Ooh. Okay, 12 and a 9 so far.
21.
Rolling very well. And then, and then a 10 and a 2.
21 plus 12 is 33? You just did 33 points of damage?
Yes.
Jesus fucking Christ. Well, fuck me. All right, well, this was supposed to be the big bad boss fight, but unfortunately the big bad boss goes down in a hail of laser fire with smoking, smoldering, scaly skin, auto-cauterized by the heat of your wicked dino laser. And Porter Rockwell just looks at you like, wow, I don't know what the hell that is, but that is a powerful weapon right there.
Holy hell.
Yeah. Of course, we did a lot of damage to this on bitches. He was coming in.
Hell yeah.
That's true.
I mean,
y'all softened up.
we
real
put a
good.
bunch of holes in him already. He was already leaking and bleeding out.
But yeah, that's a serious gun, though, I'll tell you what.
I told you, them investigation unit folks, they don't play around. That's why I don't want to go against Nothing what they say and let no dinosaurs loose out there, even if you bond with them.
I give you the.
I like Bill too.
I give you the free round, thinking that you would need it, but I forgot about the dino.
Well, let's not forget poor old Porter got a chunk bit out of him.
He did. True. He did. He's looks about half dead or so. But you see, coming along the path that Duckface just trod, this old, wizened-looking, white-haired, brown-skinned man with a. He's got a. He's using it as a cane, but it's like a pole with a lantern on it, much like the lantern that Grimaldo used to let you in here in the first place. And he's sort of hiking along.
Well, now he shows up.
I bet you that's old Kooter right there.
Well,
hey there, Kooter.
He's much slower than Duckface, unfortunately. But you guys could go down and, it's going to, you can go down and meet him. Obviously,
you're right out to meet him. It's going to be awkward sitting here for the next 20 minutes watching him walk close to us.
Yeah, let's ride out and take all the dinosaurs, all the horses and cannons, and
let's get our friend Porter here.
Oh,
bandaged up. At least do what we can with the bandages, which might be 1d4. I'm not sure.
How do, Koot'naheen?
Yes. You summoned me. I see.
That's right.
Yes, we'd like to get back through that barrier to the Alamo. We have business at the Alamo. We will be leaving these dinos here, though.
You will need my lantern to leave the valley.
Okay.
Will you lead us through, sir?
We're supposed to find our own way out with the lantern, or are you going to at least give us some directions?
This way, he says, and gestures you and begins walking to the south.
At least he didn't say walk this way, and then we'd have to mimic, how he was walking. So, yeah. And of course, we still need to. Well, we got the 3 horses now, so I guess they can pull the.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a big old hissy fit if I get out there and there's an army full of Mexicans riding velociraptors or some shit. He's gonna be in trouble, Joe.
Well, they're not big enough to ride,
well, people could ride an ostrich.
Every dinosaur that's out there, I'm gonna kill, Davey. So don't you worry about it.
Hey.
Every one of them dinosaurs is going down.
Yeah, I don't
they
know
ruin everything everywhere they go. Every time they get outside their timeline, they wreak all kinds of chaos and havoc. And I ain't gonna have one of them live.
Well, it's not like I know what a velociraptor is anyway. Well, I guess you got to have a purpose in life, old Joe, and if that's yours, that's yours. Mine is to defeat Santy Anny.
And, so old Koot'naheen, who's not talkative at all, he would answer questions if you knew the answer if you asked, but does not just volunteer any information other than just walking southward.
Hey, say, Kooter, are we in Utah or Oklahoma? Settle a bet between me and Porter.
I think we're in a pocket universe. But they won't bet with me. They think I'm just, flaky and crazy, even though it's seen evidence of the dinosaurs and travel in time. I don't know why they still think I'm crazy, but they do.
I think your friend here is closer to reality.
Wait, which friend, Porter or me?
Me.
Oh, that one. We in a pocket universe? Well, shit. I don't know where that is. I think pocket universe might be in South America. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's outside the timeline that you know of, that you're living through.
We're in the land that time forgot.
The land that time
That's
forgot.
right. We are in the land that time forgot.
That's right.
That's very wise. See, you boys catching on.
Mm-hmm.
So you make it to the barrier at the southern barrier. You're basically almost due south from where you entered. And much as you got in, Koot'naheen takes his lantern and helps you now the dinos you kind of have to coax a bit. They don't seem to want to go Or
we don't want them to go.
They seem intimidated. Well, Joe doesn't, but I think everyone else does. But with some persistence, you can once again traverse the barrier with the guns and the dinos and the horse. However, you find when you do that, first of all, time completely changes because it's gone from basically late afternoon to pre-dawn instantly as you pass through. And also you don't come out in anywhere near the same place you had gone in. In fact, you are within sight of the Alamo. And it is the morning of the battle. And just as you can see the Alamo, apparently somebody in there could see you because several men come rushing out of the facility towards you. And it's just as soon as they get to you, it's just a blur of like. I mean, obviously they're very confused about the presence of these dinosaurs, but they're very happy about the guns, and you're very quickly rushed into the building. Well, it's more than one building, but the complex, I guess, with the guns, and they begin positioning the guns and all this, and Commander Travis, you run into, and he is quite pleased and somewhat astonished, especially by the presence of these dinosaurs. He looks at you, he says, "Nah, I reckon Santy Anny going to attack today now."
Yeah.
If any, well, and he looks around at this group of people that you have now joined, and he digs deep inside of himself and says, "The enemy has demanded a surrender. Otherwise, the garrison are to be put to the sword if the fort is taken. We've answered the demand with a cannon shot, and our flag still waves proudly from the walls. I shall never surrender, nor retreat." Then he looks over at you guys as the potential saviors of this battle, as though to say, "Any words that you have?"
We're going to survive this. We're going to live.
Yeah, that's right. Old Davey Crocket never surrendered nothing in his life. If we're going to go out, we're going to go out swinging. That's for sure.
Well, either way, whatever happens in this battle, it will go on to inspire a nation, whether that nation be Mexico or the good old U.S. of A. But we can't let any of these dinosaurs get away and get out into this timeline.
Well,
that's my inspirational speech. Plain old Joe.
We're about that after the battle. For now, we're going to fight these Mexicans, and we're going to win.
I'm going to fight here with my two brothers that I've met. That's for sure. I'm fighting on your side.
Good.
But I'm just saying, in the long run, don't really matter. Could happen another way in another timeline. You just never know. Either way, nations inspired, and that's always a good thing for nations to be inspired. You know what I'm saying?
And we
just got to make sure that no dinosaurs get free. That's all. That's it.
A screaming battle cry of some thousands of Mexican soldiers.
Here comes
as they
Santy
begin
Anny.
Charging.
I'm going to sing a little song here. Here comes Santy Anny. Here comes Santy Anny. Right down Santy Anny Lane.
No, man, you're going to ruin Christmas.
Sorry.
Okay, so here's how this works. First of all, we're just going to do a real quick battle simulation. Okay. And Santa Anna has 4,000 men, and he is attacking the Alamo. So he's going to get 8d6 to take the fort. So I'm going to roll for him. And he's got 12, 16, 18, 19, 24, so 27. So Santa Anna has rolled a 27. The defenders of the Alamo get 1d6 to start. Okay. If at least one of the players made a great speech, an additional 1d6.
I kind of wish I'd gone back and put a little more thought into that now.
Yeah, I'd say good enough. So a d6 for that. For each player who survived the adventure with 10 hit points or more, which I think is everybody, because I don't think anybody got attacked after you who got full healed.
No, other than, I don't know if you're including Porter.
He is not a player.
Oh, you're not
Porter.
a player, that's true.
So there will be an additional 3d6 for that. For one for each of you, because you were able to fight heroically since you have escaped with more than 10 or more hit points. So let's see. So we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For each 12-pound cannon, give the Alamo plus 2d6. So you got all. So that's going to be another 6.
Nice. That's a lot of D6s.
Here we come, boys. This is a bad battle. Don't you worry, the wings of liberty shall never lose a feather. That's what I should have said earlier.
See, if the PCs brought Porter Rockwell back with them, an additional d6. Okay.
Yep.
And it does not have a hit point threshold for Porter, fortunately. And if the PCs bring dinosaurs back with them, add another die if they are small dinosaurs, which they are, relatively. I mean, they're smaller than Duckface and Toothboy.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 13d6 for the Alamo.
Okay, we got beat at 27. All right. And of course, throughout all this, we got to imagine the swirling confusion of battle, from the manning of the battlements and the firing and the reloading.
Mm-hmm. And we got the lasers. Come on.
Yeah, we got lasers and dinosaurs. Yeah, that's how the Alamo should have been.
That's right.
And the Alamo defenders rolled a 46.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Take that, Santy, Anny.
Yeah. So, actually, I was technically supposed to split the dice between you guys and let you all roll them, but the chances of the cannons and the dinosaurs and Porter Rockwell and everything not beating that 27 was pretty small. So, you have saved the Alamo, and whatever is going to happen with the dinosaurs, that's up to you guys, and you're going to have to fight Joe for it if you want to keep them as pets or whatever you want to do.
Plain old Joe is amenable to taking them back to their pocket universe and letting them go there.
I like the idea of flashing forward to like 150 years later with a big line of oil wells with like a big old herd of triceratops, grazing underneath them. That's what I like. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. And actually, maybe I'll come up with some potential future adventure set in this timeline where there's triceratops type dinosaurs.
That would be hilarious.
Mingling with modern humanity. But that is it for this episode and this series. It did not. Yeah. We managed to kind of plow through it at a good clip and did not run terribly over time, which I am happy about. So good game. Good playing.
Yeah, it was
a
fun.
good one.
Yeehaw.
And, I don't know what we're doing next, but it'll be fun, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. All right, now.
Hey everybody, if you like our podcast, don't forget to leave us a good rating and or review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Spotify, or wherever you're able. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter at Goonies_World, and check out our website at GooniesWorldPodcast.com. email us at gooniesworldpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.